Right then, news emerged earlier this week that Jason Wilcox, the current director of football at Southampton, is coming over to Manchester United. But I want to have a look a little bit more in depth about what he's going to bring to us and what his role will be like. Now, there's a really good thread here by The Art of Seven, which I will link below, and there's a lot of information that I've got for this video that's in there, so go check them guys out, give them a follow. But let's look into what we're going to be getting from Jason Wilcox. Now, as an academy director, he oversaw the likes of Phil Foden, Oscar Bob, Rico Lewis, Cole Palmer, and a hell of a lot more coming into the senior side at Manchester City. In the recruitment side of things, he's been credited with bringing in the likes of Lavia, Sassuolo, Gittins, and Edozie as well coming into that side. And as academy director from 17 to 23, City would win 4 consecutive under-18 Premier League titles and another FA Youth Cup final appearance. Last year, Southampton came to Wilcox to offer him the position of director of football, and by season's end, he started that role. As a director of football, Wilcox went on to sign the likes of Shea Charles, Ryan Fraser, and Howard Bellis in the summer, as well as Joe Raffarel and David Brooks in the winter. In tandem with Russell Martin, Southampton are currently making a serious push for automatic promotion to go back to the Premier League, and they're currently in 3rd. My guess would be that Wilcox's role at United would be heavily linked to the recruitment side of things. Alongside Nick Cox, who's done a really good job as an academy director, and Dan Ashworth, who knows how to streamline philosophy through multiple age groups, I think he would come in and be part of a really, really strong sort of team. And a team that's looking at both internal promotion, external recruitment, and also streamlining of philosophies. And if you was to summarise that, I think you would say Wilcox is seemingly quite ambitious, seemingly quite a thoughtful acquisition, and if we pull it off, would be someone that sounds like they're going to be a massive asset to the club due to their experience as an academy director, a coach, player, but also their time of Southampton as director of football. All right, folks, big shout out to our mates at Surfshark for backing this video. Now, Surfshark is like your very own bodyguard for the internet, keeping all your online bits and bobs safe and sound by wrapping them up in a tight little encryption. That means no dodgy characters or big corporations snooping around in your personal stuff. And get this, Surfshark can make it look like you're browsing from anywhere in the world. Let's talk about the perks. It encrypts your data, especially when you're on risky public Wi-Fi hotspots, keeping those pesky hackers at bay. Your IP address masked, so you don't need to worry about who is peeking into your location or your browsing history. Plus, they don't keep tabs on what you're up to online, which is no logs, no tracking, zip. And they've got the clean web feature to block ads and trackers and all sorts of online nasties for a safer web experience. One account will do unlimited devices, so phones, laptops, you name it, and it will cover it. Stay secure online with Surfshark by using the code Howson for an extra 3 months free at surfshark.deals/Howson, or scan the QR code on screen. The link is in the video description below. And listen, they have got your back with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so why not give it a try? Now, going forward, as we said, appointing Wilcox is another strong acquisition for United. And what I love about how we've been doing this is we are going around and finding people with relevant experience, not someone that already has a Carrington car parking pass and it's an easy promotion. We are going out there and we're going to our rivals and we're cherry picking the people that can do the good stuff. Jean-Claude Blanc's one that I think I'm most excited about seeing what he brings. But all of these other little pieces, Ashworth and Brailsford and Wilcox, and whatever else is to come down the line, Barada and all of this. Like, I'm excited to see what all of them bring and what they can make together. They really have put together a little bit of a dream team, it appears here. Now, on the Ashworth front, Newcastle have been informed that he's been approached in relation to the sporting position at United, and United are supposedly prepared to wait to bring him in the club rather than paying a massive compensation fee. Other figures, such as Wilcox, could arrive at United before Ashworth and potentially sort of take an overlapping role until Ashworth is in situ. United's changes in the football hierarchy come against the backdrop, obviously, of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos agreement to purchase 25% stake in the club from the Glazer family. Ratcliffe and Ineos now take charge of those football operations at United, with Jean-Claude Blanc and Dave Brailsford joining the Premier League board alongside Barada. The Ineos deal has now been approved by the Premier League and the FA, but it's still contingent on the closure of the tender offer by, I think, tonight. So it looks like it'll get done, unless there's an absolute catastrophe happens. I think what United are doing right now, and what's positive in what United are doing right now, is Manchester United are appointing football people to football positions, and they are appointing football people with the knowledge and know-how to be able to do stuff. The one thing we don't know yet, and I suspect it's coming, but we don't know yet, is we don't know the level of power they will be given. Now, the Glazers are hands off. It seems like they need approval, and it, according to David Gill, it always comes when it comes to signing off big signings. But we don't know. You know, you're only as good as the power you are given allows you to be. So we just got to hope that they are given the full power. Now, the football operations under Jim Ratcliffe, you would think that means that he gets a big say in this, and the fact that they've added members to the board hopefully means that if there is any sort of like stickiness, then it just gets dealt with comfortably, because this is what the football side wants. And I hope we go back to being a football club run by our footballing side. What does the football side want? Should be the first question. Right, we're going on tour all over the bleeding world again for pre-season. Does that benefit the football side first? I'd love to see us one season go, do you know what? Like this summer, for example. Right, do you know what? We need to hit the ground running next year. There's a Euros, or there's a World Cup, or there's whatever. Yeah, it'd be nice for us to go and make a couple of £1 million, but we'd make more than a couple of £1 million if we got all of our transfers done at proper fees and didn't waste a couple of £1 million because we waited, because we were flying halfway across the world, and we sold our players for a correct value, or maybe we sold a couple of academy players because they went and had good loans last year. That more than covers the money you would make going out and doing these tours. What if one year they just said, now, do you know what? What does a football side want? The football side wants us to build dormitories at Carrington and base ourselves at Carrington and not leave Carrington. We'll play 5 matches at Old Trafford, and then we'll be ready for the Premier League season. And then you hit the ground running and win the first 10 games of the season, and you're in a title race. Wouldn't that be better than, oh, we went to Thailand, and while we was in Thailand, we went to China. When we was in China, we went to Tokyo. And then from there, we flew to LA because fuck it, why not? Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, we have to go and visit our international fans, but you get more international fans if you was a more successful club. So let's be a successful club first and worry about everything else second. All right? Anyway, carry on. See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.